This is Overly Intense Board Game Reviews. I'm Mike Weaver. Today is our first episode, and I'm going to be reviewing Monopoly, Lord of the Rings edition. Monopoly was invented in 1935 or something, during the height of the Great Depression. So they invented a game where everyone would slowly go bankrupt except one person. Monopoly is considered not just the most popular board game of all time, but almost the archetype of board games. Now, Monopoly should be my favorite game of all time. It's the most popular American board game in history, but Monopoly has one fatal flaw. It's a terrible fucking game. Well, Monopoly fails on at least 8 levels. 13 of string theory is validated. I'll go through them one by one. If I miss some of them, fuck you for counting. Say Monopoly, I remember. Gandalf, yes! You've got, I guess that's Galadriel. Awesome. This is Aragorn, or it's probably Aragorn, I think. It's kind of Boromir-y looking. Ah, look, instead of houses, we have little castle-y type things. Wow, we have this lovely sort of map of Middle Earth. This is the best part of the game. You get a dog and a thimble. You get a dog and a fucking thimble in the original game. It already comes with all 6 and you're calling them collectible. Can it really be collectible if you get all of them at once? The Lord of the Rings edition is different. I've already lost the ring. I think I already harvested it out of this board game, but it works like you move around and you do the same crap you would in normal Monopoly, but instead you have a ring that travels along the board and moves once per each person's turn. And when it gets to Mount Doom, the game is over, and whoever has the most value and property wins the game. This is a great idea. Even though it's an artificial ending imposed upon this game, it's still some kind of ending. It's also the only board game made in America that is endorsed by Osama bin Laden. Other board games that are needlessly simple or pointless or overly luck-based. Take the Game of Life, for instance. The Game of Life may have all of those things, but at least in the Game of Life, you can fucking die. You actually retire at the end. You actually end. In Monopoly, there's no kind of ending like that. The only way you win, officially, according to the rules, the only way you win is if everyone else goes bankrupt, which is a slow, painful, arduous, tedious, boring process. The names have been changed, so it's like Berador, things like that, but it's still the same fucking game. The same random luck. The same roll the die. Do I get to choose which direction I go? No. Do I get to make any real choices? No. I just move. What did it say? It said 8, so let's move from 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, look, Brie, I can buy it or not. You'd be a fucking idiot not to buy it. You have a few choices in this game. Buy or don't buy, trade or don't trade, but generally, the answers to these questions are so obvious, even a child will know. In fact, a child might find that interesting. This is a children's game that lasts as long as an adult's game. Oh look, what happened? Oh no, I landed in jail, or I went to jail, because I went to the go to jail thing, and I landed here. Oh, and I'm stuck there, for no fucking reason. The police literally throw you in jail for landing on the wrong spot, a spot that you can't go around. Because just like in real life, you are a helpless victim of whatever you land on. Just like in real life, you can't choose what direction you walk in. You helplessly walk around the board in one direction only. You can't make a choice to go backwards. Just like in real life, there's no opportunity to change your path, to change your destiny. You are a victim of the die roll. You don't have any choice. You roll the die. I landed on this. Do I have any choice not to go into a hotel? In real life, you can choose not to land on a hotel and not to go inside. Wow, we really need to stay up for the night. We can't afford $600 for a room in a hotel. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna sleep in the fucking car because I'd rather not go bankrupt so that we have a night in the hotel. Oh, what's this? A hotel for only like $4 fucking dollars? That's beyond reasonable. I think I'll choose that over the hotel that's right over next to it. That's like $1,200 fucking dollars. Are you serious? This is 1935 money. That's like, what, $1 million today? I don't know. The point is, Monopoly teaches you that there are no choices in life. Monopoly teaches you that you are a victim of whatever life throws at you. Monopoly teaches you that there is no justice. Whatever happens to you happens. You have no choices. What a great lesson to teach to children. Oh, little Jimmy, if you work hard enough and you try your best, you could still get fucked over because life is a blind, random, meaningless game at worst, and at best, you're directed by higher powers that you have no free will or control over. There are some positive things. It's one of the only games where you can experience the thrill of being a cashier, but without the paycheck or the glamour. It has all the simplicity of Candyland, as I said, with all the time investment of a trip to New Zealand. Monopoly is what you should do if you want a game so stupid a child can understand, but takes so long that it'll go way past a child's bedtime. If a board game is short, you can forgive its simplicity, even its high luck factor. But if a game is long, it better be interesting, it better be diverse, it better have a lot of variety, and skill better have some meaningful involvement besides just trades. The fun in Monopoly, of course, is buying things and making trades. Getting all that cash accumulated. It's so fun. In fact, the kind of child, or adult for that matter, who enjoys spending hours and hours making change, getting change. Oh, I said a change, I think I need 5 back. The kind of child who enjoys that is probably the kind of child who will grow up with a career as a cashier. Like the Civil War, puts brothers against brothers. A lot of people who defend Monopoly don't actually like it, as I said, but they think that Monopoly is something that should be respected. It's a classic. This is unconstructive at best and an exercise in cynical futility. Sure, Monopoly's tried and true. It's old, but lots of old things that have stood the test of time suck. Take your racist grandparents, for instance. But Mike, Monopoly is a tradition in my house. Slavery was a tradition too. And Monopoly is to board games what slavery is to human rights. But hey Mike, I enjoy Monopoly. I have fun playing Monopoly. Are you sure you have fun playing Monopoly? Are you sure you don't hate it? Are you sure you don't just enjoy having everyone come around the table and getting together and having mom and dad there? Because guess what? You can do that, but do it with a good board game. Now there are some people who don't just dislike Monopoly, but actually dislike all board games. But that's nothing new. There have always been sociopaths, and there's not much we can do for them. Judging all board games based on your experience with Monopoly is like judging all people based on your experience with Hitler. I'm comparing Monopoly to Hitler. If you own a copy of Monopoly, here's what I recommend you do. We did a little bit of research, and we figured out where Monopoly Man's great-grandson lives. He's actually not too far away. He's, thanks to the internet and some kind of friends of mine, we figured out where he lives, and I've tracked him down, and I'm going to do a sort of a surprise interview on him, and see how he responds, because I've got a lot of questions for him. Apparently, based on my research, he spent time with his great-grandfather. Alright, this is the place. Somehow I thought it would look more like Park Place and less like Baltic Avenue, but let's go see if he's home. This asshole. Stop.